Everyone always likes to tell you that in order to be successful, you need to eliminate this habit or that habit. But I'm here to let you in on a little secret. You can actually use your bad habits to your advantage. Today I'm going to show you 6 bad habits that can make you happier, healthier, and more successful. So let's get into it. Number 1. You can use social media to increase your IQ. Social media is getting a bad rep for turning people into doomed scrollers. And while that can happen, you can actually hack the algorithm so that it feeds you information that is going to make you smarter, not dumber. Here is how. First, reset your preferred social media app's data. Then, make sure your first 10 follows are the people you admire or want to be like. By doing this, you start telling the algorithm the type of productive content you want to see. Now, while scrolling, I want you to engage with these productive posts by liking and commenting, and at the same time quickly scroll past any distractions. And finally, you will limit your social media usage to 15-minute bursts, as these platforms will optimize the most relevant content first, and then quickly introduce less valuable content to try to keep you engaged. That's how they trick you into staying on the app longer. So by stopping right at 15 minutes, you make the algorithm your slave and work for you, rather you becoming a slave to it. With these steps, you'll minimize the chances of getting distracted and optimize high-quality information that will make you smarter. Number 2. Play video games. Did you know that playing video games actually increases gray matter in your brain, which is responsible for key cognitive skills? These are the skills used for fast processing of information and decision-making. And if you don't believe me, check this out. A study done by ResearchGate analyzed the impact of playing the piano versus playing video games on cognitive function. They took 33 participants, ages 55 to 75, and split them into 2 groups. One group learned to play the piano for 30 minutes a day, 5 times a week. The second group played Mario on Nintendo 64 for the same duration. Following the study, cognitive tests and MRI scans proved that the group that played Nintendo was the one that had increased brain matter and better performance on short-term memory. So, here's how you turn this bad habit into a good one. First, you will limit playing video games to between 20-30 minutes every day. Then, just like the published study, you will select video games that require a high level of thinking and fast decision-making. This can be something really simple like Tetris. Pretty cool, huh? So now you can play video games guilt-free. Now let's move on to number 3. I want you to get out and party more. You see, partying is not a bad thing when done correctly. A lot of people choose to use parties to drink and hook up. However, some people use parties strategically to network with people. Parties are one of the best areas to gain access to a large variety of people, including very successful people. And don't just take my word for it. There was a study conducted by the Department of Psychology at Guy and Buck University. Researchers analyzed the connection between students' academic performance and who their peers were. What they found was not surprising. Those students who engaged and had high-performing peers ended up being students who had higher academic performance, both in school and in extracurricular activities. What this means is that when you surround yourself with high-achieving individuals, it will have a positive impact on your own performance, even if you're just partying. So, this is what I want you to do. Go on LinkedIn and search for local events where successful people will show up. While there, you will have to make an effort and meet with as many people as possible. As soon as you get home, I want you to make a list of everyone you met at the party and rank them by the traits you wish to possess. Perhaps some are more successful than you. Next, you study the top-tier people, what they do, and what they actually need in their lives. Then you offer them something that will make their lives easier, whether it's free work or research for a project they are working on. It can be anything that will help make their lives easier. In doing this, you've just demonstrated your value, and I promise you they will remember this. You see, by helping them, you will capitalize on the law of reciprocity. This means people will feel obligated, as if they owe you something because you did something beneficial for them. Keep doing this every time you go to a party, and soon, you'll have a network. 4. Arrive late. Most people think that being late makes you less likable. They're wrong, because being late will increase your sociometric status, which is the measurement of how much people like you, according to a recent study. Researchers asked 100 females and 90 males with an average age of 38 to imagine that they were invited to a college welcome party. The researchers then offered a few different scenarios of people arriving early, on time, and late. They then asked the participants to give their opinion of what they thought of each person. What the researchers found is that those who were in the late scenario were viewed as having a superior level of desirability. This is how you use this. For small gatherings with friends and people you haven't met yet, you want to be around 15 minutes late. This will get them to start talking about you before you even arrive. Don't be so late that you look like a flake, but just a little late to get people anticipating your arrival. You're guaranteed to turn heads as soon as you confidently walk in the door. Number 5. Sleep in on the weekend to increase your lifespan. Researchers took 43,000 adults and then analyzed their sleeping patterns over a 13-year period. They broke the sleeping pattern into 3 different categories: those who slept less than 5 hours a night, those who slept more than 9 hours, and then those who slept between 5 and 9 hours every night. They found that those who slept less than 5 hours had a 52% higher mortality rate than those who slept more than 5 hours every night. So you can sleep 5.5 hours or 6 hours on workdays and still be able to function. But this also means you are allowed to sleep in on the weekends to make up for any rest that you need to cover. And by doing so, you can decrease mortality by up to 52%. Now you've turned your bad gaming habits to supercharge your brain. You've tricked your social media to just deliver you knowledge and value. You've leveraged partying to learn how to network. You've used your tardiness to increase your sociometric status. And now you've even reduced your mortality rate by sleeping in. But the worst habit that everyone tells you to stop, but instead you should turn around and use to your advantage, still remains. Number 6. Use movies to reach your goals. Everyone thinks that spending hours on Netflix is a bad thing. Here's how you use it to your advantage. See, when it comes to relaxing after work, what most people do is spend hours on end on social media. Instead, I want you to watch motivational movies to relax. For instance, if you are interested in business, I suggest biographical films on finance, like The Social Network, The Founder, and The Big Short. Now you'll begin to associate relaxation with motivation to achieve your goals. By doing this habit with every other bad habit on this list that people tell you to stop, you will become happier, healthier, and more successful. Use them to your advantage. And that's it for today. See you next time.